15 more Bible contradictions, all straight from the text. Psalm 30:5 says, his anger lasts only a moment. Jeremiah 17:4 says, my anger will burn forever. Genesis 22:1 says, God did tempt Abraham. James 1:13 says, God tempts no one. So which one is lying? Exodus 32 says, God changed his mind about destroying Israel. Numbers 23 says, God is not a man that he should change his mind. Genesis 32:30 says, I have seen God face to face. John 1:18 says, no one has ever seen God. That's a direct contradiction. Romans calls him the God of peace. Exodus calls him a man of war. 2 Samuel says God made David take a census. 1 Chronicles says Satan did. So which is it? Divine command or demonic influence? 1 Samuel says David killed Goliath. 2 Samuel says Elhanan killed Goliath. You'd think they'd remember who killed their biggest villain. Genesis 7 says the flood lasted 40 days. A few verses later, it says the waters prevailed 150 days. Genesis 6 says Noah took 2 of every animal. Genesis 7 says 7 pairs of each clean animal. Exodus 33:20 says no man can see God and live. Exodus 32:11 says God spoke to Moses face to face. Same chapter. Matthew says Peter would deny Jesus 3 times before the rooster crows. Mark says before it crows twice. Matthew says Joseph's father was Jacob. Luke says it was Heli. Exodus 20 lists the 10 commandments everyone knows. Exodus 34 lists a completely different set, ending with don't boil a goat in its mother's milk. And that's the one actually called the 10 commandments in the text. 2 Kings says Jehoiakim became king at 18 years old. 2 Chronicles says 8. 2 Samuel says 7 years of famine. 1 Chronicle says 3. 2 Samuel says David killed 700 charioteers. 1 Chronicle says 7,000. Matthew says Jesus preached on a mountain. Luke says on a flat plain. Same sermon, different geography. Acts says Judas bought a field with the money. Matthew says the priests bought it after he died. If this book was perfect, we wouldn't have to keep making lists.